Hey everybody, how you doing? Today I'm going to go through a little niche research for dumpster rentals. A lot of people feel like the dumpster rental niche is saturated. Other people feel like it's an amazing opportunity. I just want to do a little research on my own and see what the opportunities might be. Now, randomly, I'm going to come to Atlanta and I'm going to search dumpster rental Atlanta in Google and see what comes up. As you can see down here in the map pack, I have 3 different companies. The first one, 476 reviews at 4.9, rating 353 at 3.9, a little bit lower rating, but still up there in the map pack. And this is going to be searching from this kind of a search, generally around the center of Atlanta. So anything that is ranking there should come up. And this third company has 85 reviews. There isn't a dumpster or rental keyword in the name of the GBP, so that's a big red flag. That's a huge missed opportunity. That may be the reason why they're ranking a little bit lower, even though they're in the dumpster rental category. These keywords are critical for ranking better in those keywords. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to go to the share button, and I'm going to click this link right here, and then I'm going to go here and put it in, and then see this opportunity here to expand it. I'm going to expand it here. It's going to give me a different link, a different share link when I do that. So this is going to give me this link, which I can then put into the URL from the browser and see how that link is resolving there. So that brings me to the link that I need to run the heat map. So I'm going to go here back to LeadSnap, which is the platform that I use, and I'm going to go to the map URL. That's what I just got, and I'm going to say dumpster rental and keep it simple. Dumpster rental, and then I'm going to go to between 1 mile points. I want my grid to be 13 by 13 and keep my zoom level on auto, and you can see how that covers the general main city area of Atlanta. So I just want to see how this particular company that has 85 reviews and does not have dumpster rental in the title for the GBP, how it's going to rank across the city of Atlanta in the main urban core. So as you can see, this heat map is populating pretty quickly. What it's doing is it's scraping Google for a separate search in each one of these specific locations. So a lot of other platforms out there are going to do a search from wherever the GBP pin is, and basically one search and go off of where it's ranking in a geolocation, whereas this platform does a separate search in each one of those locations, 133 searches altogether for this one search. So you can see how they search, or they come up in the map pack as the first on Google, so to speak, in all of these different locations. Then you get some 2s, 3s, 5s, 7s, 9s. So they do pretty well here in the center core, but there's a lot of massive opportunity for them to continue to rank higher and higher out here in these other locations. So if I just go, let's just say this is one place where they're ranking 3rd, and I go, I can see those other 2 people. Well, actually, the Maxwell did not come up before, so I can see how this landscape is changing overall. And so when I see these results, because they might not be ranking high here, does not mean that they're not ranking high somewhere else. This one is discount dumpster. That would probably be a decent keyword. So I'll flip the map rankings and see where they're ranking. So they're ranking heavily up here in the northwestern corner of Atlanta. So you can see how these things change around depending on the company. And each one has an opportunity to potentially grow. You can see this one is not ranking that well at all, albeit it was ranking 4 or 5 in the area or location that I was in, that I was searching on that particular geogrid map spot. So you can see here, you can just cycle through each one of these companies, and each one of these companies, no one is really dominating. There's no real dominant entity in the area. Let's see what bin then dump. This is the most dominant, but you can see in almost half of the city, they're not even in the map pack over here, right? They're in the map pack for the northeastern section of the city, but there's so much opportunity down here where they're not dominating. So even if they're a major player up here in this area, they're still a lot of opportunity down here. So if I click down here on one of these geogrid locations where WG Waste is ranking highly, then I can have it down here in my averages. Now what the averages section does is it gives you the information of who is ranking the best across the city, how often they're in the top 3, what their average position is across the city. So if I search WG here, I can find their location, see that they're in the top 3 position 4 times on the grid that I ran. They have 33% market share, an average of 11.38 ranking, average position 4th. And if I click here, then I can get to their actual GBP, find out more information about them. Have 122 reviews. That's a lot of reviews, but this is a real high volume business, right? And they have their GBP under the category of garbage collection instead of dumpster rental. So they may not even really be in the dumpster rental business as much as they're in the trash collection business. See, they have big trucks and everything. So they're maybe capturing keywords that I'm not as familiar with in that niche, being garbage collection, whereas most people, I think, tend to go with dumpster rental, waste removal, and different things like that. So this is the kind of research that you would want to do so that you can really understand the niche and understand who is ranking the best in the niche, right? So I see Stand Up Guys junk removal down here. I can go to their GBP and do the same thing. You can see how they are probably a chain around. They have multiple GBPs, so they're big dogs, right? 1,200 reviews, 584 reviews, 68 reviews, 263. So here's the strategy that they're doing. As you can see, these GBP listings are all over the map. You have one in the eastern side, northern side, western side, and then the other one is, that's those two. I don't know where this one is. Might be off the map somewhere. But as you can see, they're doing a multiple map strategy. So they're not depending on a single location to carry them across the city. They have multiple locations, which is really, in my opinion, the best strategy that you can have, because if you look at these separate geolocations, or GBP locations rather, as antennas, the antenna is only going to be as strong as the reviews and the other ranking factors behind it. So it's going to rank in a certain area, but it's going to be limited. In this case, even with just these 3, they probably have like a little Venn diagram going where there's cross ranking. So in some cases, they might be showing up in first or second position from some of these areas right here that are in between the listings, where the ranking antenna is crossing over, the ranking area is crossing over, so they could show up multiple times on a single map. That's powerful. Showing up like that, you're going to get a ton of calls. And from the number of reviews here, we can see that they probably dominate the city. However, as we can see, and we can run a separate map on any one of these locations, it'd be a little bit misleading because they have multiple listings, meaning if this particular location isn't ranking over here, this location right here probably is. Yeah, that's the one with 1,200 reviews, right? So the stand-up guys are probably ultimately the dominant players in the city. But that being said, as you can see, there's still a ton of opportunity. And if you get some of these guys in place, you can see as we go down, there's these major people, and then we have people with 5 reviews, 105, 45. Those are good prospects potentially. These others, they don't even have any reviews. Here's one with 311. That's the landfill. And then you have all these with like lower reviews. You have a couple, this one with 40, 91, 102, 155. But you can see there's still opportunity to go in there, set up a GBP, or optimize somebody's existing GBP and get the power out of it to start dominating in these areas of the city where there are not any dominant players. I would stay away from the northeast and west, just because you have stand-up guys who clearly know what they're doing. But this is a major metro area. If we went out here to Marietta, or somewhere up north, further south, I don't know this area very well at all, really at all. But if you had like a city with a decent population, I bet you would find that there are major opportunities there. But so I did this in the urban core because I wanted to show you that in the urban core, there are still opportunities really in any niche. I can find opportunities in any single niche. And these heat maps are critical to doing that level of due diligence and evaluation. So I hope this gives you a little bit more insight on how to do due diligence for any niche, but particularly if you're interested in dumpster rentals and that niche in any city, this would be the first due diligence step that you could take to start gathering the level of data that you need to make a decision on a good geographical location and city to do this niche, to go and do and rank in this niche. All right, thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.